Yo, what's good everyone? It's Jamar here on behalf of Crown Capital. Today I'm going to be covering the basics and giving you everything you need to know so you can actually start making money right away. The way we tip is a little different to other services, and I also know that a lot of people join our Discord completely fresh, completely brand new. So it's really important that I make this video because we've had a lot of frequently asked questions, obviously very frequently. So this video should cover the basics and give you a really good chance of actually printing. So let's get into it. Now, I first of all want you to watch all of the videos after this and every single, piece of educational strategy or knowledge content that we've put out in this Discord. It's all put out for a reason. Everything we do, from the tips, the education, the community aspect, every single thing we do is done with intention and strategically. There's a huge reason why we do what we do, and it's really important that you actually follow it because it is in your best interest to obviously make money. So you're going to get paid in direct correlation to the amount of effort you put in, and that effort starts right here, right now, by watching this video to the end and then continuing on from there. So ideally, you would have watched the one video prior to this. You would have learned a little bit about the basics, how to navigate your way through the Discord. I would touch on that a little more in depth because this video right here is being made around a month after that prior video that you just watched was made. So there has been some slight changes around the Discord. We are now almost around that 3-month mark of being live. So everything's pretty polished. We're extremely profitable at the moment. So I'll run you through everything today. And additionally, at the end of these groups of videos, you'll learn, depending on your current situation, how you can make $1,000 in profit risk-free. So the reason we offer, our tipping service at such a low price is Henry and I actually make money from this business model. We don't just run the Discord. The Discord is a very small penny for what we actually make. It is quite time consuming. We actually started this Discord because it was the easiest way for us to give the tips out to our friends. We do have 4 years of experience, and our friends obviously figured out that we were profitable. We're actually doing this full time and therefore always asking for tips. What's the easiest way for us to give out tips to everyone? Literally just make a Discord. It was going quite well, so then we just made it public, and here we are today. We're charging you a very, very small fee in comparison to what you'll make, but you're only going to continue paying that fee if you're actually profiting and really happy with the service. So due to that, it's in our best interest to make sure you have a positive experience. What is Crown Capital and who are we? We have 2 co-founders, myself, Jamar, and my business partner, Henry. Like I said before, we have 4 years of experience, and together, collectively, we've generated over $1 million in lifetime revenue. Henry and I have done a lot of different business models. Right now, this is definitely our main focus. I've tested personally over 7 different business models, and Henry a lot himself as well, in match betting, sports betting. It is definitely the best business model for Australians, right? You obviously have no tax. Additionally, with that, in terms of the time investment to money in return, extremely good. Best business model if time is an enemy for you, which I know if you're working a full-time job, time's probably an issue. And due to that, match betting is super, super effective on the time investment point of view. It's extremely enjoyable. Like, half the time you're either watching a horse run around a track, you're watching an NBA game, you're watching an AFL game, and it's fucking printing you cash. Like, you can't really get much better than that. But if not, you'll get to love sport after you're betting on the games. Now, how we actually bet. We are a promotional based service. Now, you may see some other services that do non-promotional. Now, from what I've seen, and obviously I've got a fair idea of all the other sports betting groups that are out there, they're extremely inconsistent. If you're betting non-promo, you are straight up gambling. The only reason I can say that we don't gamble is because we use promotions. The promotions give you a huge edge within the market. And a promotion example would be on the horses. If your horse comes second or third, you get a bonus bet back. And a bonus bet is essentially store credit, right? So you get store credit. You can't withdraw the money. You can only bet with it. But when you have that bonus bet, you don't have the ability to bet with promotions. You can only bet on using promotions with your real cash. Another example, the most lucrative promotion is like a multi. Any leg fails, get your money back. On horses, if your horse doesn't win, get your money back. That is literally the cash cow for us. Some other, decent promos, it might be one leg fails on a multi, get your money back. All those types of things where you have, a chance of actually getting your bonus bet or that store credit. It's really important that you do go through the educational videos because that concept right there is the main reason why we are profitable, and that will be your bread and butter, right? You need to understand that concept extremely, extremely well because that's going to be your best friend. And if you come to the Discord here, you've got the bonus bet turnover here, full PDF document guide that shows you exactly how that works, all of the different variables that go into it, and actually how to use it to your advantage. Now, how should you actually approach this business model? Everything we do, like I mentioned before, is for a direct reason. All you should do is just copy exactly what we do. The way we put out tips, the way we bet, we aren't gambling. We're literally betting because the expected value is in our favor. So everything we do is based on expected value. So if we're looking at an event or a market, we are going to look at it and think, if we bet on this 10 times in a row, are we going to come out on top or are we going to lose, right? We only ever bet when the expected value is in our favor. So if we bet 10 times in a row on this exact scenario right here, are we going to profit or are we going to lose? You add on top of that, no tax and the promotions, it's extremely lucrative. The reason the promotions are really lucrative is, for example, if you bet $50, you can bet your $50 and the bet loses. Now you have $50 of bonus bet. Where most people go wrong is they just punt away that bonus bet. Stupid idea. You get that bonus bet and you use the bonus bet turnover method, which is what I'm talking about here, and you turn that bonus bet, $50 of bonus bet, into 80% of real cash. So it goes from $50 into $40 of real cash using this method. So now you have $40 and you can go again at betting with a promotion. If it loses again, you get a bonus bet, then you turn it back into real cash, and now you have a third chance. So essentially, if you bet with $50 as with a promotion, you have to lose 5 times in a row to actually end up on zero. You add in that plus expected value betting, extremely lucrative. That's the only reason we are making money. Expected value and the promotional offers. Promotions are your best friend. They're the reason why you're going to make money. Now, 99% of Australians lose. Australia is the worst country for betting in the entire world, and that's the exact reason why this business model works so well. Sports betting does work in other countries, but it is the most lucrative in Australia because of how bad everyone is at betting. Everyone loves to bet and everyone loses. That means the bookmakers are extremely aggressive when it comes to their promotional offers, their bonus bets, their willingness to give people a bonus bet, all of those types of things, because most people literally just punt them away and lose their money. But that allows people like us a huge loophole, a huge opportunity to actually cash in. Now, the main reason why you need to really lock in, actually read the educational documents and watch these videos to the end, is you will win with our tips because we are profitable. But after your first month or maybe 2 months, you're literally going to get banned and you're not going to be able to make money. The next video on this is longevity. You need to be able to make money with this business model for the next 1, 2, 3, 5 years. And if you're not doing everything by the book and properly, you're literally not going to be able to. If you just join this Discord and bet on every bet that we put out, you're going to get banned because you're going to be winning. When you're winning and winning with promotions, the bookmakers know that that's the one loophole and that's the one, I guess, area that they are unprofitable on. Due to that, they're going to ban you. The bookmakers are their own private company. They can ban and do whatever they like with you. You're choosing to play on their market. They can flick you off at any time. You need to actually make yourself look like a degenerate losing gambler, win across a lot of different bookmakers and a bunch of different accounts, and obviously at the end of the month be profitable. But because you have a large range of different betting accounts, you're not getting banned on each specific one. So it's extremely important that you actually do everything by the book, because yeah, you can make some cash and yeah, it might be a few hundred, maybe 1,000, maybe 2,000, maybe 5,000. But after your first 3 months, you're going to be banned and that's going to be it for you. You want to make tens of thousands of dollars. You want to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. You're going to do that over your first 1 to 3 years. And you're only going to be able to do that if you are following everything that we provide. The longevity game, you actually do your account sustainability. Again, that's another document right here. It's extremely important. The main rule of thumb that we have is we obviously put out the punting bets using promotions. And what you need to do on all of your accounts is you need to have a ratio of 1 to 1, at least. 1 promotional bet, 1 non-promotional bet, right? Usually 2 to 1. 1 promotional bet and 2 non-promotional bets. That's the way you're going to not get banned. So you obviously just look here and you understand exactly how to do that, how to go about it. On top of that, for the sport, you'll see, I guess, all of these different channels for the four sporting markets that we do bet on: same game multis and singles. So there's usually at least two of these sports, I guess, in season at once. Right now, we've got NBA and NFL. NBA, super profitable. It's been great. We made 8 units profit yesterday, which is obviously great to see. But on the sporting, we'll do promo and some non-promo. For the horses, it's mainly promotional. Horses, I guess, is definitely our bread and butter. Super good to make money and definitely fun. For the actual horse tips, we've obviously got this tipping here. This tipping channel, sorry. This is not used very often. As you can see, it's not very frequent that we do put out tips early. The closer we post a tip to the actual jump and start of the race, the more accurate it is. Hence why it's called late money. Our strategy works due to very many factors, but we post the tips very close to the race, usually between 30 seconds and 2 minutes out from the jump, because that's the way that we are able to be most accurate and super profitable. Now, if we ever did same race multis, we'll post them in here. And if we ever have some tips that we'll post at the start of the day, they'll obviously be in this channel. Additionally, we'll have a watch list. So sometimes, for example, here on Wednesday, we posted a watch list, keep an eye on these horses. And then if we actually are going to punt, meaning the expected value is in our favor at the, I guess, kind of 5-minute mark before the jump, we'll actually post it as an official tip. Now, for the sport, we'll try to give you guys as much notice as we possibly can, but obviously it's good to be actually putting the bets on just prior to the race. Just prior to the game. Obviously, that avoids people getting voided, your multi actually not placing because people are injured, a lot of different things like that. Also allows for the market to change. I guess getting on the bet closest to the start of the game is definitely ideal. So that's, I guess, the way we go about it. Now, the most common mistakes that people make is just blindly jumping in and following the tips. You're not really going to understand how everything works if you are a beginner, if you just jump in without reading through the educational stuff. You're probably going to over leverage and you're probably going to be gambling. I like to say that this business model is extremely simple, but it's extremely difficult. It's difficult because you need to be on the ball 100% of the time. You can make 1 or 2 small mistakes and it ruin your entire day, your entire week, or even your entire month's worth of profit. So you need to be doing everything by the book, super calculated and super accurately, and that's going to give you your chance of actually being profitable. Probably the biggest mistakes are over leveraging, risking too much. You should only be risking 1 to 2% per bet. You should be able to have a losing week and still be punting that next week. Maybe have 2 or 3 losing weeks in a row and you still have enough capital to comfortably and confidently be betting because you know that we use expected value and over the long term you're going to win. Henry and I have been doing this for the last 4 years. We have never had an unprofitable month. That should tell you that actually stick to the game, do things properly because it actually works. Now, I've pretty much covered all of these, I guess, topics right here. So hopefully everything makes sense thus far. If you do have any questions, definitely put it in the public chat, put it in the general chat, send either myself or Henry a message and we'll be sure to help you out. This video is being recorded on the 7th of November at 12 o'clock. So potentially as the Discord changes, improves, and we, I guess, notice some more things that people need assistance with, I make a part 2 for this exact video. But ideally that covers all of the basics for you. And you have a really good experience punting. So appreciate your time. Very good work if you've made it this far in the video. You are someone who's clearly actually serious and wants to actually make some money with this. I hope you do so and enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you in the next video.